Hi Pisces, welcome to September. This is Teresa from Tarot by T. And before I start your reading, I want to call in some good energy and create some sacred space around this reading. So this month, we have a full moon in your sign at the beginning of September. And then a new moon in Virgo on the 17th, which is in your 7th house of partnership. And also we have Mars going retrograde on the 9th of September. Jupiter goes direct on the 13th. And Saturn goes direct on the 29th. So this is a month of transition. Energies are shifting. And plus we have the equinox. So we're going from summer to fall in the northern hemisphere. And winter to spring in the southern hemisphere. So let's see what we have for Pisces. What's coming up in September? We have some really good aspects. And then we have some challenging ones with Mars and Venus opposing Saturn. Mars squaring Pluto and Saturn. Venus opposing Saturn. But it's not all difficult. There'll be a lot of frustration, I think, in September. But there are some trines that are wonderful. And we'll get to that later. But let's see what the cards say. What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for the month of September 2020? What is coming up for Pisces in September 2020? What does Pisces need to know about love and relationships for September 2020? Okay, let's see. Let's see what we get. So the bottom card, ooh, 7 of Swords. No, I want to do that again because I screwed that up. I'm feeling that I need to go one step further. Okay. I'm going to follow my intuition. Alright, 6 of Cups. The King of Swords, the Strength card, the 6 of Swords, the 7 of Pentacles, the Moon card, the Magician, the Queen of Swords, the 5 of Swords, the Knight of Swords, and the Ace of Swords. Okay, this is interesting. So you're starting the month off with this King of Swords energy. This is a card of discrimination. Learning to separate what's real from what's not real. And especially with the moon in the reading, there could be a lot of things that are confusing this month or not clear. You may be questioning someone's intentions, wondering if you can trust someone. And then you have the Strength card crossing this energy. The Strength card is about learning how to control your emotions, learning how to not go to extremes, not to react, because I feel like your buttons are going to get pushed this month. You have the 5 of Swords in your environment. That's a toxic energy. That's feeling victimized. That's feeling like you're dealing with someone's hostility. You're dealing with someone who's not a very nice person or not, I don't know, they've got this energy of winner take all. And with the King of Swords, you may feel like someone's being harsh with you. Sometimes the King of Swords can represent a legal situation that you're worried about. So if someone is trying to push your buttons this month, don't let them get to you. Don't react. The Strength card can mean also that you're dealing with someone who has anger issues. has trouble controlling their anger, controlling their emotions, goes to extremes of emotion. Someone who can maybe even use counseling to learn how to deal with their volatile nature. Now, you have the Six of Swords here, so, and then plus this card that was at the bottom of the deck. So I feel like things are going to be moving toward greater harmony. But you're navigating a difficult situation. You're having to learn how to be diplomatic and communicate in a very strategic way so that you don't cause things to get worse than what they are, or like set someone off, I guess, because you're dealing with some energy here in your environment. This Five of Swords energy, I don't like that energy. Now you have the Seven of Pentacles here. Sevens usually represent transition. So you've planted some seeds and you're kind of wondering, where is this all going to go? It could be a relationship that you're wondering, is this right for me? Is this going anywhere? The moon is here. The moon is a card of imagination. And, Pisces, it's connected to Neptune and your ruling planet, Pisces. The moon is the card for Pisces in the deck. Because Pisces, you're very intuitive. And you just know things, you sense things, you feel things. But sometimes you're not sure if what you're sensing or feeling is real. And you have a hard time distinguishing between the dream state and the real reality, waking reality. So what this card is saying is don't let your imagination run away with you and start imagining, worst case scenarios. On the other hand, don't let your imagination run away with you and idealize people beyond what they're worth. So you have to find that balance. And that's what this King of Swords energy is doing. With the people that you're dealing with this month, especially in love relationships. What is real and what is fantasy? Am I seeing this person for who they really are? Or am I painting a face on them or a persona on them? And that's what you're going to have to discern this month. Because things will be kind of tricky. And there's a lot of illusion. The problem is, like, if you're trying to make a decision, there's a lot there could be things going on behind the scenes or things that are hidden. And it's hard to make a decision when you don't have a complete picture. When you don't have all the information. Now the Magician is coming up here in the future. The Magician is a card of manifestation. And you can use your gift for imagination to actually manifest something. So you could conjure up a good outcome, a perfect scenario, a favorable outcome. So if you're existing in a situation that's not quite to your liking, maybe you're in a toxic work environment or a toxic partnership, you can, by focusing on tapping into that imagination, tapping into that ability to visualize, you can create the future that you want to achieve, that you want to manifest. Because the Magician card is about channeling divine energy. You have all the talent that you need to achieve a goal. But you have to believe it, and you have to feel it, and you have to visualize it. You have the Queen of Swords here. So there's this harsh energy. Air signs, they use their intellect instead of their heart when they're making decisions. And that's totally different than the way a Pisces operates. A Pisces uses their heart. You're all compassion. But I think this month you're going to have to use your intellect when you're making decisions. You have to use both. Feel the feelings, feel the compassion, but also look at the facts and look at the logic. The Queen of Swords is facing the future. So I think you're looking to move into the future. You're turning your back on whatever problems you've had in the past. I think you're going to be moving away from anything that has been worrying you in a relationship. And with the Five of Swords, that's also a card that's telling you whatever you're dealing with, if you're dealing with a person that's difficult, they're not going to change. They are who they are. You have to accept people for who they are. Take the good with the bad. And if you can live with the person as they come, here I am, this is it, this is me, what you see is what you get, then that's fine. But if you can't live with that person, and you're thinking you're going to change them, forget it. You're not going to change them. So that's when you have to decide, do I want to cut my losses and move on? Or do I want to stay within the limitations of my relationship or my situation? Because there are some limitations in this partnership or the situation. Especially the King of Swords can be harsh energy. You may feel like maybe you have a partner that's very critical or judgmental, or you may feel like they're too hard on you. And it's possible that they're like that because they don't love themselves. So it's like when you're hard on yourself, when you don't love yourself, you're hard on everybody else. So it's possible, if you want to save the relationship, that counseling would be helpful. Because sometimes the Strength card comes up when someone needs counseling. This is your environment, so probably your family and friends are saying, cut your losses and move on. And you have to do a lot of thinking. And you have this Knight of Swords energy. This is what you're wanting. That can mean someone like a quick departure or a quick arrival. So whatever winds up getting decided, it's going to happen fast. Whether you're breaking up with someone because you decide to cut your losses, or whether you decide to let someone into your life quickly. Because you have the Six of Cups here, so it could be that it's possible that you could connect with someone from the past or reconnect with someone from the past. That's in the future. Because the Six of Cups is a card of, it's a card of moving toward harmony. All the sixes are harmony. This is about learning from the past, healing from the past, and making the future better because you've learned lessons in the past. Like you're taking your lessons from the past into the new situation, and you're not going to make the same mistakes. So you might even be connecting with someone from the past who wants to come back and make it up to you, or wants a new start, and you have to think, do I really want this person back or not? Is this person right for me? Can I deal with the issues? Because this person has some issues. And you have to ask yourself, can I deal with this? Because the person's not going to change. Don't kid yourself, especially with the moon in the reading. Don't kid yourself that you're going to make someone over. That, oh yeah, if I just love him enough or her enough, if I just give them, a lot of my care and I listen and I work with them, maybe they can turn into like this prince or this princess. It's not going to happen. If they have like toxic energy, that's who they are. That's their character. So you have to decide, weigh the pros and the cons. If the positives are more than the negatives and you could deal with the negatives, then okay. But if you feel like, well, there are some things that are deal breakers and I just can't live with that, then you have to cut your losses and move on. And this Knight of Swords energy, that's an energy of someone who likes to fight, who's always looking to do battle. It's very aggressive energy, very abrasive. And sometimes this Knight of Swords can be selfish. They just jump into things, they don't care. Like all they care about is their own agenda. It's not that they're purposely trying to hurt someone, but they just don't think. It's like, oh, I'm just going to do this and I'm not going to think. I don't care. And I don't know how much. They're not aware of how their actions hurt other people. So, because they're so focused on their own agenda, they're not even thinking about how they're affecting others. So this can be like a quick departure or arrival. So you're either going to be leaving a relationship quickly, or someone may come back quickly in your life. And then you have the Ace of Swords here. That's a time card for September. September, October, November. So this is going to happen, though, I feel, in September. because the full moon in Pisces is in your relationship sector. You have the moon in the first house and the sun in the seventh. So it's about your needs versus the other person's needs. So now would be, and you're going to have to take action. You might get fired up in September and decide to take action. And maybe this Knight of Swords is you fleeing something, releasing yourself from some toxic environment because you can't live with the status anymore. You want something better, you want something more. So let's see. Full moon is happening in your first house. Sun is in the seventh house, and the moon is sextile Uranus and the sun is trine Uranus. This is the strongest aspect. So the third house can mean unexpected developments with a relative, brother, sister, aunt, uncle, cousin, the immediate family. Unexpected developments that involve a communication or a contract, so you could get a message. So you might hear from someone that you haven't talked to in a long time, and they've got a message for you. Mercury is going through your seventh house, and it's sextile Venus in the fifth. That can bring communication. You could be dealing with someone that has Gemini energy, or Libra energy, or Taurus energy even, because Venus is ruled by Taurus or Libra. Or I should say Libra. Venus rules Taurus or Libra. But Venus sextile Mercury is actually a good aspect. It's a fun aspect. It's a very charming aspect. So if you hear from someone from the past, or even if it's someone new, that you just feel like you know them. Because the Six of Cups can be a past life connection, or it can be someone that you were once in a relationship with and then you run into each other. Or they call you out of the blue. Like, hey, how you doing? And then you're having this like charming intercourse. Meaning conversation, of course. Now, Venus is also square Mars in Aries, and that's in your second house. When Venus squares Mars, there could be a lot of sexual chemistry, but you don't know, like you might be hooking up with someone, or you might be dealing with someone who just wants to hook up because they're feeling sexy, or, they're not really discriminating. You need to discriminate before you connect with someone this month. Make sure this person's right for you and that their intentions are pure. Especially with the moon in the reading, there could be some shady things that you're not seeing. Mars in the second house, your energy is focused on your financial sector. Bringing more money in, getting financial security, feeling, working on your self-esteem. What do I value? Your possessions. Sometimes when Mars goes into the second, your expenses, unexpected expenses might pop up, and you might be thinking, well, how am I going to pay this? And, so you're focused on money, bringing more money into your life. Mars is going to be squaring Saturn and Pluto. So, and that's in the 11th house. So there could be some tension around groups that you belong to, or what you're trying to, a goal that you're trying to achieve, even friendships. Maybe you're having a little bit of a conflict between friends over a money thing, a financial thing. Maybe you're tired of spending all the money, like if you're the person who's always buying dinners and lunch and whatever for people, and they don't reciprocate. The Mars square Pluto aspect is very volatile. Mars square Saturn is very frustrating. So you don't want to get involved in a big argument when Mars is squaring Pluto, because that can lead to violence or just very explosive energies. So you're going to have to be diplomatic, especially if you're dealing with someone that has anger issues. You want to walk on eggshells around them. You don't want to set them off, or you don't want to, you yourself, be set off. Because with this toxic energy, the way it works is they push your buttons and then you overreact. And then they turn around and say, well, you're the crazy one. You're the one who's always, you're out of control, So don't fall for that trap. Now, Jupiter's going direct on the 13th, and Mars is going retrograde on the 9th. So when Mars goes retrograde, it's a time to really, and let's see, to rethink your strategy. And Mars going through the second house, you might have to create a budget. Maybe you've been spending too much money. And now you have to really look, where is my money going? What am I doing to bring more security into my life and value? What do I value? Am I buying things that I really value? Am I spending my money in a wise way? You may have to re-strategize or recalculate your financial situation. But Jupiter in the 11th in Capricorn can bring opportunity. But you also have, and Pluto in the 11th house usually brings transformation, but it's about power. So you might be connecting with people of power, people in power, people who wield power. There might be power struggles even with friends or around a group or an organization that you belong to. And with Saturn there, you may feel blocked. You may feel like there's too many rules and regulations, or every time I try to do something, I'm up against this brick wall. Saturn in the 11th can also have you evaluating your friendships and the groups that you belong to. Like, do I really need to belong to this group? Is this right for me in my path that I'm trying to get on? Or are these friends, you might find that you don't have the same things in common anymore. And you may want to move on to new friends or that better fit your ideals and your vision. So then we have the new moon in Virgo, which is in your 7th house. So you have an opportunity for a new beginning in terms of partnership. And this moon is trining Saturn, and Saturn's in the 11th house. So it's possible that you can achieve a relationship goal or dream around the time of this new moon or shortly after. Because the moons last for like a month, the energy, unless it's an eclipse, then it lasts longer. So like the full moon in Pisces, you're going to feel that energy until the next full moon in Aries in October. And the new moon in Virgo, you're going to be dealing with that energy until the next new moon in, I guess it's Libra. It'll be in October. So, but this new moon is trine Saturn and Pluto. So you can connect, you can achieve a goal. If you're trying to create some kind of partnership in business, or even a friendship could turn to romance, or, there's that possibility. The trines are very positive energy. It's an easy energy. So if you're trying to achieve something, or form some type of relationship, or get some type of commitment going, after the new moon, it will be a lot easier. You won't feel that. You'll have the support of Saturn and Pluto, and Jupiter even, not the blockages. You'll have the positive side of them. The positive side of Saturn is you're forming something that's going to last a long time, something stable, something that's solid. Pluto, the positive thing of Pluto is it's transforming your life for the better. It's like you're being reconfigured, remade. Like Pluto gives you the ability to go deep within yourself and reinvent yourself in a better way. Get rid of whatever's not working so that you can build again. It's like the phoenix rising from the ashes. So you can make new friends, join new groups that can really make a difference. You might be connecting with powerful people that really want to change the world or make life better for others. That's also 11th house stuff. It's very social causes. Let's see, what's Uranus? Uranus is squaring Venus. So you have Uranus in the 3rd house squaring Venus in the 6th. So there could be Uranus in the 3rd, that's a travel house. You want to be careful when you're driving or traveling, that you're not rushing around without thinking. And also when you're speaking. Uranus, the 3rd house is the house of communication. So you could be getting more involved in the internet, using technology to get the word out, learning about technology, especially if that Venus is in the 6th. Now the good thing about Venus in the 6th house, because when the new moon is coming, by the time the new moon gets here, Venus will have moved from Cancer into Leo. And so when Venus is in the 6th house, that's going to be affecting your work life and your health. So you should be getting along better with colleagues when Venus is in the 6th. The only thing you have to watch the communication, because Venus, Uranus can make you blurt things out, or there could be sudden upsets or sudden changes that involve a communications project or a contract. You may get like some surprise out of left field around a contract, and maybe involving money that you thought you were going to get, and then all of a sudden, no, there's some like glitch. So just be prepared, because with Uranus, you never know what's going to happen. And Saturn is squaring Saturn's squaring Mars. And I think we already went over that. So there could be some conflict in groups and friends over money. One thing I forgot to mention was Venus opposing Saturn at the full moon. Let me see. So you have Venus in the 5th and Saturn in the 11th. So you could be cut off from some of your friends around the full moon. Like Venus opposing Saturn is not warm and fuzzy. Like they might be people you want to connect with, but they're at a distance, or you're so busy working you don't have time for friends and fun. So you might feel lonely around the full moon. But by the new moon in Virgo at the end of the month, things should start to shift and change. And there could be an opportunity for a new beginning in a relationship, either a romantic relationship or a business partnership or even a friendship. So be on the lookout for that. And if don't settle for less than what you deserve. And don't waste your energy in a toxic environment. The thing about Virgo is Virgo's concerned with the details. And Virgo is about service and purity of intention. A lot of times Pisces doesn't pay attention to the details. They think, everything's going to be okay. I'm just going for the big picture. But sometimes if you don't pay attention to the details, you could be victimized. So if you're signing any contracts in September, read the fine print. Make sure you know what you're getting yourself involved in. Because you don't want to be taken advantage of, you don't want to be victimized, and you don't want to settle for less. But you do want to take action. You've got the Ace of Swords. Your warrior energy has been activated. You're going to be fighting for a cause, whether it's fighting for your own relationship to find the perfect, the right relationship, or fighting to get out of a toxic work environment or toxic connection. You're not going to put up with the same old. The only thing, like I said, you have to try to communicate in a more diplomatic fashion. Don't get pushed by other people, but don't push anybody's buttons, because we're dealing with kind of volatile energy this month, and you don't want to, wake the sleeping tiger or the viper, So just choose your words carefully. Try to avoid conflict. Try to be more, have like a win-win solution rather than a power struggle. But that's what we're going to be dealing with. That's the energy of September. But you have a great new moon in your relationship sector, and it's trine Saturn. So there could be some unexpected development in relationship that leads to a commitment that lasts a long time. So I hope you enjoyed this reading, Pisces. If you did, click on the like button or subscribe to my channel, and you'll get more readings. You'll get notified when I put out a video. I know these were a little late this month. It was just crazy. But I always say, better late than never. Anyway, if you'd like a reading, a private reading that deals with your specific situation, click on the link in the description box. It'll take you to my website, and you can purchase a reading, get on the schedule. In the meantime, good luck with manifesting your goal, your relationship goal. And good luck. If you're leaving a toxic thing, I'm wishing you the best of luck to see the truth and cut your losses, because you deserve love and you deserve not to be treated poorly. So don't put up with anything. If someone's being harsh with you, don't let them get away with it. Don't let anyone victimize you. And find that warrior within to fight for what you want. So good luck with September, Pisces, and I will talk to you again next month. Okay, bye now.